doing, everybody? We're back again with On the Couch with Siani. Today, my wonderful guest is Beano French. What's up, what's up, what's up?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm great. So, you have a project.
Yeah.
When did it drop?
January 15th.
Since January 15th, I've seen major buzz about you. You've been all over, everywhere. You had a sold-out show at the...
Coda.
At Coda. You sold out Coda, and that's a big venue in Philly.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about selling out Coda?
I felt good. I won't even sugarcoat it. It felt great to actually have my first headlining concert that is surrounding my first project that ever dropped. So for it to sell out, and it sold out a week in advance. So
yeah.
We actually sold out twice. So the first time it was like, all right, we had the cap. So the thing was like, all right, we can add about 100 more tickets. And we added 100 tickets, and the 100 tickets sold out in about 3 days, 4 days. It was just it was like one of those moments where it's like, all right, I see you, Philly. I just want to make everybody proud, and we put on a great show.
Yeah, you definitely put on a great show. I saw some of the footage, and his interview is actually like a long time coming. I've been getting requests to interview you for a couple of months now. Like, yeah, so I'm like, let me get Beano. I'm like, his stuff just debuted on BET. I need to get him ASAP before everybody is like in his messages trying to get an interview. So
it's getting crazy. Yeah, I've been sending everybody to my manager like, look, man, you gotta pick and choose what we're doing and what we're not doing, things like that. Because a lot of people know I still work a job, so trying to man everything while still working my 9 to 5 is like, it's a task, but I don't shy away from it because that's what I asked for. That's what I'm going to do till I can quit my job. So
yeah, and I
just got to make it work.
Yeah, you'll be quitting your job pretty soon, like for sure.
From your lips to God's ears, so we just gonna hold that account.
For sure. So we mentioned Philly. Where are you from in Philly?
I'm from West Philly.
Awesome. I'm from West Philly too. Okay, and then when did you start singing?
Started singing a long time ago. Like seriously, probably about the last 5 or 6 years.
Really?
Last 5 or 6 years I started taking it serious, but I've probably been singing since I was a kid, like a teenager. Like I would say like late teen. I always tell people I wasn't like the average singer that would be like,
I was about to ask you that.
I came out the womb singing. Nah.
You wasn't singing the serenading girls, like being an R&B dude.
Not till high school. That's when I really was like, all right, I really can sing a little bit. But I was kind of a late bloomer when it came to singing, only because it just wasn't my passion. At that point in time in my life, I always wanted to be an NFL athlete, so I wanted to play in the NFL. And sports was just my my first love. So singing was like, all right, I like it. Like everybody in my family does it, but that's not like my love. So it was always sports first for me, and then music.
That's crazy because when I was listening to your project, I'm like, well, first of all, where did this guy come from? And then like his voice it sounds so well trained. Like you've been singing for a long time. So I'm like, whoa, like this project is amazing. Like I told you, I've been hearing things about you for months. So I'm like, I need to get this interview done. And so you said you didn't start singing until about like 5 or 6 years ago, and you're from Philly.
Yeah.
And being from Philly, we have some of the greatest singers.
Yes.
Patti LaBelle, Music, Boyz II Men. So how that kind of like, how did you not want to be a singer when we have those artists here? And you have that voice.
I've always loved music, so it wasn't ever a point where like, oh, I don't want to be a singer, but football just was like my love. Me and my older brother would legit watch football from college, like from college red and white games where they play each other all the way to the end of the NFL season. So every Saturday and Sunday we just watch football, we play football, we both were on teams, we both were like one of the best athletes on our team. So that was my love. So music just came later, even though like I always loved music. Like my mom, she's a singer, my dad, he's a guitar player, my grandfather, he was a singer. My grandmother, she's a singer, my aunt, she sings, my little sister,
you're supposed to sing.
So it was like I was supposed to sing. So it was like, yeah, I like sports though. So, but being from Philly coming up, And my dad played with a lot of these same people that you said. So I was always around it, but it just wasn't my love. Like I loved it, but my love was sports. So as the older I got and the more music started speaking to me, music would alter my moods. It would talk to me differently. Like it just made me feel good. And then I started singing because girls like singers too. So when I got around like high school and I like really started singing, and the girls started liking, I'm like, oh, all right, we can really do this. So I was like I said, a late bloomer when it came to that. So when the older I got, I started like listening to who I like to listen to. So like one of the people that was like one of my biggest inspirations, other than like Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder, was Music Soul Child. Even though he's from Philly, and it just was like that was just somebody I gravitated to. Even though we've had like you've named the list of like Boyz II Men, Patti LaBelle, Teddy Pendergrass, Jill Scott. The list goes on. Jasmine Sullivan.
Yes.
Vivian Green.
We got some powerhouse voices in this city.
Some singers here. So, the music started speaking to me a little later in life. I was late when it came to music. Most people were like, oh, I've been listening to this since I was. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't me. Like I was legit the little kid that couldn't wait to go outside. I didn't really watch cartoons. Didn't play video games. Like me and my brother legit were on outside playing sports 24/7. So that's why music came a little late. But the more, like I said, I keep saying it, but the older I got, the more I started gravitating towards music because it started speaking to you. Music alters how you feel, helps you do things of that nature. But the older I got, started listening to these same artists that are from Philadelphia, it was like, yo, I want to be a part of that.
Yes, like you deserve to be.
Yeah.
You deserve to be for sure. So what song was it? You said join in one of the songs, and I tweeted you, and I was like, I just love hearing Philly lingo in music, because it's like, first of all, this is our culture. Music is Philly culture, really. Yeah. Like, we have a big footprint in music.
A whole wave, a lot, and before the neo soul wave, people forget that we had
the funk,
the sound of Philadelphia. We had Philadelphia International Records, Gamble and Huff, and that was like it was like Motown and Philadelphia International.
Basically.
So it was just like, we have such a rich, like, history here in music. It's like, I agree with you. Even when I sat down with Stephanie Chambers, actually the writer of that song. The song you're talking about is actually Monday Morning. So I was always big on letting people know that I'm from Philly, especially through the music. Like from the album, from the EP cover that I have.
The 52nd Street?
No, that's 46th and Market. That's actually the block I grew up on. There's a bus stop right there. Me and my photographer Kenny, I jumped up there on the bus stop. I'm like, yo, make sure you get 46th Street in the back, because I just wanted to pay homage to the city of Philadelphia, the city that grew me to the artist that I am today. So you saw the SEPTA sign, you saw 46th Market, and
I'm like, this is so Philly. I love it.
That's the best part about
it.
Like, I wanted it to be a tasteful look of Philly, not just your typical grungy, grungy side.
People think it's the hood everywhere, and
Yeah.
So, how long did it take you to complete the project?
It took me. Well, I did the whole project with Dilemma. Dilemma was actually produced each and every song on the project. It took us a little under a year to do it. Yeah, it wasn't rushed. It just was, because it didn't start off as a project at first. Me and Dilemma hit me up like, yo, he saw me out here working. A lot of situations were falling through and things like that, because that's just what happens.
How it goes,
yeah. So he took a shot on me. Him and his wife were just talking one day, and I guess he said, yo, I wanna get a couple records in with you. And it's crazy because he tells this story about how he was about to actually move to Los Angeles, him and his wife. But I guess what happened with recording the project with me and where it was going, it kept him here. So it started off with, yo, we just gonna do a couple records, and then the records were good. Like, are we gonna do some more records? And then my manager was like, no, y'all need to do some more records. So then eventually we got down to enough songs, and we just was like, yo, let's just put them out. And long as you hold it, just Beano.
Yeah, like I love when things fall together how they're supposed to be. Like the way you mentioned, music didn't come to you later. Maybe it wasn't supposed to come to you until now, because you're so great at it and like you're like really amazing. So what are your favorite songs from the project? I'll let you don't mind first.
All right, what are your favorite songs?
Let It Go, Monday Morning, and Do It.
Okay, you nasty.
Just a little bit, just a little. You know, I like that stuff. So, what are your favorites on the project?
I love every song. Like now, I will say I love each and every song on the project, and it changes. I can't even give you like a straight favorite because like one day I'll say Monday Morning is my favorite record. Another day I'll say Roll With Me is my favorite record. Day after that I'll be like the intro is my favorite record. Cause
the intro is good. The intro is good.
The intro is a sleeper. And
it is good though.
It's a great intro to the project and to Just Beano. Then there's days where I'll say What My Ex Do is my favorite song. So I would just say all.
You got a good point.
It legit switches. I guess it switches to how I'm feeling that day or what mood I'm in when I listen to the project.
That's understood. And you mentioned your dad played the guitar?
Yes.
So do you play any instruments?
No, I play around on instruments, but I don't play any instruments. Like I can hit a few chords on the keyboard. I can play around on the drums. I can't play the guitar at all. I don't know why.
That's something I always wanted to play, yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted to play guitar, but I don't play any instruments.
Okay. And I see, we spoke about Annie Miller being your only feature on the project. And shout out to Annie Miller for making that cut.
Yeah.
So who else do you want to work with in and outside of the city?
In and outside of the city, it's so many artists. I listen to, it's gotten to the point where I barely listen to mainstream radio or mainstream artists anymore because there's so many talented artists out there that you can say they're organically just doing what they feel and it sounds good. So like artists right now, I guess I can give you like my top 5. I guess like no order. So I'll say Daniel Caesar.
Amazing.
I'll say her. I'll say definitely want to work with Noel Scales. That's my definitely Darling Baby with me. They call this on the Annie Miller's on. I want to work with SZA. I want to work with definitely want to work with Kendrick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the list is long.
I can hear your voice meshing well with like so many artists.
Yeah.
And I can hear so many artists gravitating towards your sound because today's R&B, like you mentioned, a lot of good R&B artists that are prominent, but we can always use more R&B artists.
Yes,
like
we can always use more R&B. We need to bring a lot more R&B back. And when I say R&B, no diss to anybody, but I'm talking about legit singing, not like the singing rap stuff. Like I like that. I listen to a lot of it. Like when I say the singing rap, I listen to artists like LA, listen to Bryson,
the trap soul, but it's just
I listen to it's a lot of them. Like my Ty Dolla $ign is actually like one of my favorite artists.
Ty Dolla $ign is good.
And people don't understand like he can really sing. He's like hella talented. He plays like 8 instruments. So,
yes.
But yeah, like I'm big on making R&B like
great
bringing
again
it back to the forefront. Cause I never really like when people say R&B died. It never died. It never went anywhere. It just isn't in the forefront as much as it was. It's around.
We found it here with Beano French, you know,
the
real R&B.
I'm just glad I'm contributing to it.
Yes, we appreciate it. And so how are you dealing with like people just? First of all, did people at your job know you can sing, and like how did people receive this, and how was that?
The people at my job, they've heard me sing like sometimes when my headphones are on, I'll hit a tune or something, but I will ever full-fledged sing. So they started picking up more and more on it the more I grew on social media and things like that. So I did this series probably about 2 or 3 years ago called Beano Morning Music, and I would just sing, and the more I would sing songs, the more it get reposted. So one of my supervisor's friends sent them a video of me like, yo, this is your employee. So they came in one day and they were talking about it, and then ever since then, they were like, yo, if you need off for any shows, any trips you gotta take, they just give it to me.
Beautiful.
So they became, my job is actually very supportive of my career.
Good.
Extremely supportive now. they've only been to like 2 or 3 shows because most of the time shows are on the weekend. We got work. So
somebody got to be there.
If I'm off, everybody can be off. So a couple of people on my job, they do know I sing. It's not like it's getting more and more like known at the job that I sing because it's other people like, hey, that I don't
Hello,
know.
people watch BET.
Yeah. That's a plug.
Hello.
That's a nice little plug.
But yeah. And for my last question.
Yes.
How did you get the name Beano French?
Beano French. So my real name, my government name is actually Barton French. So a lot of people don't know that French is my legit last name. Beano is a name that was created by my cousins. Well, like I call them my big brothers. My 3 cousins, Brandon, Brian, and Chaz. It's just a nickname. Like I used to be called BJ because I was a junior of my father. Then I forgot how it turns into Beans. Like, just nicknames that just things that might have
shut up, Bean.
Yeah, Bean or Beans. And then it was like Benzino. Like all I had to do because I used to Harlem Shake all the time and stuff. I used to Harlem Shake and so then it was like Benzino because I would dance and stuff. Then it just turned into Beano. I don't know how it got to Beano. I credit my cousin Chaz for starting to call me Beano. So I'm like, all right, that's not bad. So we go on vacation every summer to Wildwood. So we were on the board one day, and these girls were talking to us. They're like, "Oh, so what's your name?" I like, "My name Beano." I'm like, "Oh, Beano, I like that." I'm like, "Oh, the girls like it. This really can stick." So that's really how it just stuck and turned into Beano. And then that was before I started doing shows and everything. So it stuck as a nickname, and then I just used it as my stage name, and people liked it.
Totally original.
Yeah, so it was like, all right, Beano, cool. So then it grew. My stage name turned into my Twitter handle. My Twitter handle at one time was Just Beano. So the name actually changed from Just Beano to Beano French because all leading up working to the project, it was like a transition to me as far as like in my artistry, music, going in from like to a man almost. So Beano French to me was just me transitioning to a serious artist. Like, cause before I was an artist, but I wasn't like serious. This transition right here was like a big.
And it's funny how the name's like it's just Beano, but now it's Beano French now.
Exactly.
Like it's not just Beano.
Exactly.
Ah.
That's why the project was called Just Beano, because I was giving y'all like all of me who I am as a person and an artist.
Awesome.
So that's how we got to Beano French.
All right. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. I appreciate you. You're so welcome. And plug your Twitters. I know we said it's Beano French, but anything else you have going on, let them know.
Right now just got a lot of things in the works, trying to solidify some things, so I can't really say too much. But I do have a show May 26th that is Hoagie Nation. I'm actually getting to share the stage with Train and Hall & Notes. It's done at Festival Pier. My Twitter handle is Beano French. My Instagram handle is Beano French. The website is beanofrench.com. That's BeanoFrench. Hope to hear from y'all.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.